Got to continue with that game against the Islanders, though. Marc-Andre Fleury. What a way to get back. Well, not get back. You can't really. Couldn't have come to and from. Second all time in wins. Does it with the shutout. Great performance. And it was just like with the absolute shitstorm of negativity this entire season's been for Minnesota. That was just a very nice night to like. He's been trying to get there for so. It feels like he's been on the precipice of like getting second overall in wins for so long, but this team can't fucking win a game of hockey. So just like it felt like it took forever. But what a performance! Again, they played amazing. They kicked the shit out of the Islanders, and the Islanders are in the slump of their own, but still in a playoff spot. So there you go. Still a playoff team. So.
The Metro's a mess, but
what a ridiculous.
It was awesome. Did you see though? He went on the Pat McAfee show earlier today. So he jumped on there, which I mean, McAfee loves him. McAfee's a big Pittsburgh homer guy, so they're all about their Penguins and the Steelers. But he offered up that if Marc-Andre Fleury scores a goal the rest of this season, he's throwing $250K to a like nonprofit or a benefit of his choice.
So the Minnesota Wild cap, just like
the cap relief fund. Yes.
What can they do? What can they do for us?
Okay. But
shout out Marc-Andre Fleury.
You know, Billy sat him down though immediately. He's like, "You will get yanked so fucking fast if you just start going for full ice goals."
No way, dude. Fuck that. Because you know what? Again, I tweeted out the video. I was crying laughing when they were getting absolutely pumped by the Coyotes. I looked away for 2 seconds, looked back at the screen again. He is in a board battle. I was like, what the fuck are you doing over there? I love that guy. He's the best. And he's like falling over, catching himself because he's losing his balance as he is just mucking it up in the corner with like 9 other skaters. I was like, this guy fucking rocks, dude.
He does. He's the best kind of person. And of course, Cosgrove, completely agree. Mid-play, rubbing the crossbar was LOL funny. It's funny, I saw a couple of people that are like, oh, wait, why is he like rubbing the crossbar? It's like, have you ever watched him play ever?
Yeah.
Like, I think 4 times a game he thanks his posts for the support. I don't know.
Big fan of it. And without fail, at some point in the game, no matter when he did say thank you and rub the crossbar of the post, I just love what it's like. Go to commercial break, but the replay they choose to show is him being like just petting the fucking crossbar
just
like a fucking golden retriever. Yeah, attaboy. It's phenomenal.
No, I mean the gif that I will hold on to forever is when he was back in Pittsburgh and he's doing the like stroking his knob on his paddle. It's great.
And hey, was it the Islanders game? He was getting in the mix, dude. He jumped out there, joined a scrum. I think who was he going after? Someone like bumped into him or something, and he was just right in the middle, just mucking it up. So that guy, you can't accuse him of not giving a fuck or giving up. So good for him. But again, what an achievement. That's a lot of fucking hockey games. That's a lot of time putting on fucking goalie equipment and getting this year getting pumped.
Well, especially in like the current NHL where you just don't play as many games naturally. Now he has fortunately played on a lot of good teams to get him here, but like still to have the longevity to be able to stay healthy and be serviceable enough to be a starter or be a 1B, it's nuts. Do you think that there is a chicken's dick shot at him flirting with Brodeur's number, or is that just impossible?
No, that's going to be too. I mean, what's he still got? How many wins is he behind now? Like
100.
Yeah, there's no. I mean,
he'd have to play at least 3 more seasons, and that's if everything goes awesome for him. That's probably 4 or 5.
On the 2022-23 Boston Bruins, like just winning every fucking game on planet Earth. Like Ullmark won 40 fucking games last
Hang on,
year.
Dude. They're doing the 3 goalie system for like a handful of teams now. Can you imagine Ullmark, Swayman, and Fleury? Like, sure, it'd be like awkward because they all want to play, but like, can you imagine a better time than those three just hanging out?
Dude, like, what would the goalie hug turn it, the post-win hug turn it? They'd have to like think of something new. That'd be out of control. But that'd be, and of course, by the way, like, shout out The Athletic for just not letting us enjoy this moment for more than 10 minutes. Immediately, I think it was the next morning, Pierre LeBrun puts up a fucking article. Marc-Andre Fleury trade talk could pick up if the Wild don't pick it up. I was like, God damn it, let us have like 24 hours of happiness.
I get it.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Something to talk about. I also, like, for everyone's understanding, I don't think he wants to go anywhere. Like, I don't think he wants to be on the road and leave his wife and kids back here. Like, sure, if there's a team that's bolstered and ready to make a cup run, maybe they can talk him into it. But this isn't something that he's seeking out or the Wild. And I don't think Billy's going to ask him to unless it's something that Fleury says he'd be interested in. So I'd put it pretty low probability that happens. Although I'd still say it's a higher probability than Eck being traded to Vancouver. So there's that.
I can't believe people fucking bid on that. Was legitimately insane.
Yeah, like, honestly, good for that guy. Like, whatever.
Yeah,
if you got that many people to fucking bite. Sorry, that's not even him being an asshole at that point. It's like, you guys are all idiots.
No, that's to be honest, that's just like the fragility of this fucking fan base this season specifically. I mean, always, but like this year in particular is it just kind of emphasizes the emotional toll this year's taken on everybody. But yeah, no, like you said, this, you look at Fleury too, like, I mean, at this point, he's now won everything you can win, which another thing, by the way, he wins his first Vezina trophy, 34, 35 fucking years old a couple of years ago. That's legitimately insane to me. It's kind of like Giordano winning his first fucking Norris at 37.
You know what, though? Like, it makes sense, though. Like, no point. Again, I guess I view this from a different lens, and you'd think most Penguins fans would, like, worship him and stroke him off, whereas I, like, am very much a realist that there were some brutal times in Pittsburgh. He was good. He was never in the discussion for even like top 3. Like, he was never in a spot where he should have even been nominated for the Vezina. When he went to Vegas and very much put the team on his back for stretches of that, like, early go with them, that makes sense. Like, he actually had the workload. It's kind of like how Crosby and Malkin hardly ever get consideration for the Hart and stuff like that because, oh, look at the team.
Crosby barely gets a sniff at the Selke. Yeah.
Crosby will never end up on NHL cover either, which is wild to think about.
Fucking crazy, dude.
I don't understand. Like, either he refused or that is just some of the worst marketing the league has ever partaken in. But whatever. But
I could see both, to be honest. Like,
let's just like speculate though. What would be fun? If you had to pick a landing spot for Marc-Andre Fleury, like, where would you put him if he got traded?
Oh, God.
Like, there's some good answers. While you think on that, everyone, reminder, this free agency, hazy IPA from Loose Line, it's like I'm drinking no pulp orange juice. It is just so fucking good. That sounds like you had an answer, huh?
If this wasn't a Minnesota Wild related podcast, I'd probably say like Colorado. Yeah. Colorado is an easy one. So we can go now that they're back to like winning games again and like definitely going to make the playoffs, Edmonton Oilers. But that would also be like quite the risk. Quite the risk. You better hope that it fucking works.
See, I think the one that everyone's going to I think the one that everyone's going to be on top of is Toronto.
Well, I can't fucking even. That would be
how does
I think he would rather
getting the second all-time wins record affect the Toronto Maple Leafs.
It's a good point. It's a good point. I didn't think about it like that. No one else has ever thought about anything like that for sure. God, it makes me sick to even think about. I fucking hate that team. Great to see them blow a 2-0 lead in Edmonton last night. Always a big fan of that. And again, the fucking Oilers are kicking again. They are terrifyingly good again. And shout out fucking Evander Kane's ex-wife for getting removed by security in Detroit.
Oh, and dude, Evander Kane just being a donkey too. Like he's already bitching about playing time. Like supposedly he went in and like flat out called out the coach and said, we need to talk.
Loser.
Takes him out into the hallway, and all of a sudden you find out, oh, Evander just basically reamed him and said, he's the only one that fights for this team. He needs more ice time. He's one of the best players, whatever. And like Knobloch basically was like, okay, so are we good now? Like, can we go back and play? Like,
this means nothing to me. This means nothing. This doesn't affect me whatsoever.
Dude, supposedly, I don't know. So I hear, I don't know if this is true, but apparently there was a ref listening to all this happen in the hallway because it was like right by the ref's office. He got a penalty 1 minute in, which I think was a valid penalty, but the ref literally goes over to him. He's like, don't disrespect your coach like that ever again, you piece of shit. Like something like that. It's just like, God damn, I love it.
That's the hot mic we need. That's the hot mic we need.
Oh, he'd be worshipped. Like everyone hates Tim Peel. That ref would be worshipped.
Yeah. Man, if only Tim Peel got caught in a hot mic doing that instead of the other horse shit, they would have put him in the Hall of Fame the next day, probably. God, Evander Kane's such a fucking loser.